And spread the fingers wide, rotate the thumbs. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Flex and point those feet. Okay, bring the arms down to your sides. Just slide one leg in and then do a big circle as if you're riding a bike. That's it, lovely. With just one leg. I really am talking gobbledygook at the moment because I've just got all things house in my brain, so I'll probably just say things like clean windows when I mean engage the core. So good job you know me, because you'll know what I mean. Okay, so it's good job you're good at Pilates. Switch legs. Lovely. Must clean. Everything's being Mrs. Hinched. If you know who Mrs. Hinched is. That's it. Alright, bring the leg out to the side. So just sliding it out to the side so you can feel that in your inner thighs. Slide it back in. And the other side. Slide. And back. See if you can do that with picking the leg up. So engage the muscles in your leg. Core switched on. So lift just across the other foot and slightly out to the side. If your back is bending, bend the other leg to do that. Okay, just again, in, out. Bring that leg back down, okay? Other side, engage those legs and the buttocks, lift the leg, cross over the midline, bringing it out. So working the abductors and the adductors in the leg. Lovely. And bring that foot down. Slide one foot at a time, up and in. Knees together, feet together, let the legs come down to one side. Stay in there for a second and then roll over towards the knees. Sweep the arm around, up and over your head till both shoulder blades back on the mat, and again just swoop over to the side. Just remembering to take those breaths. Core switched on, bring the knees to centre again and over to the other side. Just staying there before you start sweeping the arm. So just allow the back to twist and then roll over. Really stretching to the maximum that you can. As you've been sat working all day, and then bring those knees back to centre. Cross over for a glute stretch, ankle over the knee. Bring the foot in towards you. Roll the head up, and then bring it down again, and again roll it up. Rotate the ankles. When I say wrists, I mean ankles, clearly. And then bring the foot back down. Keep that leg crossed, bring the legs halfway down to one side, so you've still got it in that glute stretch position. Push the back into the mat and come over to the other side. Great stuff. Then bring that top leg up towards the ceiling, hamstring stretch, guiding that leg in. Again, you can climb the hands up the leg so it's on the calf. You can lift the head, look towards the thigh, and you might want to lift that other one up. And then switch over, just bending the other knee. Keep breathing, shoulders down, and cross that ankle over the knee. Bring the foot off the mat and in towards you. Back of your neck long, shoulders down and towards each other. Chest open. Bring the foot down to the floor, halfway over. And over to the other side. Wonderful. Uncross the legs. Let's warm up the core then with some pelvic rocks. Best way to start. So first of all, it's just going to be purely a stretch as you rock forward onto the coccyx. Back arching. Stay there for a second. Just feel that back. And then push it up through the lower back, back of the waist, pushes into that mat. And then roll forward again. And roll back. This time when you roll forward, breathing in through the nose. As you roll back through the mat, breathe out through the mouth. Try to do it quite forcibly today. It really does add to the core contraction that you feel blowing through a straw. Okay, and then just settle into neutral spine, so somewhere between those 2 points. And the first thing we're going to do is pop our hands behind the head. And I just want to articulate through the neck before we start coming up into ab curl. So you're just literally just going to bend the chin towards the chest. It's allowed for this warm up. Look towards the top of your thighs and then bring the shoulders and head back down. And again, so it's not really an ab curl, it's just warming up the neck for a moment. Lovely. Okay, so that feeling like you need a wee, that's all switched on, ready to lift now from the chest rather than bending your neck to come up into an ab curl hold. You can come up just to lift the shoulders off the mat, or you can come up a bit higher. And then we'll do some fancy things with our feet. So let's come up into a tabletop one leg and a tabletop two legs. And then bring one slowly down as if you're doing a toe tap. That's really quite hard if you're doing it slowly and down. And then the other leg, very slowly down. Bring that leg straight back up, the one that was last coming down, and the other one up. And then this time, the other leg is going to be the last one down. Lovely, and back up. Let's do that once more each way as they're coming up, up, down, down. Great. Doesn't really matter if you haven't got the exact thing going on, that's fine. We're just turning on the core. Lovely. And bring the head down. Okay, bring one leg up towards the ceiling. Take the hands away. You're going to do a single leg lower. Push down with the heel. And then point and lift back up. Okay. If you want to, the other leg comes into a tabletop, but it's not going to do anything. So you come down as far as you can keep the back flat and back up. We're working with the same leg. Probably would have been better if I'd said which leg to start with, but I'm using my left. But just remember, you know, we're going to do most things on one side and then switch. Lovely. Okay, come up now into an ab curl hold. So your legs are exactly the same. So you're going to add the ab curl hold to it and then carry on with that same leg coming up and down. Keeping the chin off the chest, elbows wide. And remember, you can come up or down a level. So if your back starts feeling it, your bent leg can come down or your head. Okay, leave the leg up if you can, bring the head down. Now bring that bent knee in towards the chest a little bit more. So you're going to do a single leg lower, and as that leg comes back up, your bent leg is going to come down to tap the floor. As it comes up again, you do your single leg lower. So one leg is straight, the other leg is bent. So it's almost like you're scissoring, but with a one bent leg, one straight. Really take your time, use the breath. Let's try 3 more. Remember, you can have your hands under your bottom as well. Okay, so 3 more there, and let's finish with an extra 4 up in an ab curl hold again. So just add in the whole time, so single leg and toe tap the other side. Single, toe tap. Last one. Oh, and bring the knees in. I don't know what I was thinking doing this. My legs are shaky as it is, being up and down a ladder all day doing cobwebs. Me have cobwebs? Yes, I blimmin' did. I had loads of them. They must have all snuck in last night, as I can't possibly be that dirty. All right, big full body stretch. Squeeze your bottoms, you feel your hip flexors opening. Okay, I definitely need to do a few bridges to open out those hip flexors before we do the other leg. So bring your heels in a little bit closer and hip width, and we're going to come up into our bridge. So pushing the back down, you know the drill, pubic bone highest thing, squeezing the bottom to get the hips up, and at the top we're going to do, you can either, okay, challenge of the week, we'll all do it, okay, lift one heel and then the second heel, and then first heel down, second heel down. Try and do that without moving the pelvis. So it's all about the legs, staying up long enough to feel your calf muscles squeeze. Okay. Now the change up, either stick with that, or if you don't like the next one, is I'm going to move my feet forward. So I'm going to come up onto my heels now, lifting the balls of my feet. I'm going to just put one heel forward, the same as we do when we're lying on our back, but we're doing it in bridge, and then the second heel forward. So it's back, back, forward, forward. Now the key with this is to try and keep their pelvis still. That's when you'll get the extra work from the core and the legs. This isn't easy, so if you struggle with doing this in bridge, just come down and do it like we normally do, with our back on the mat. If you're still in bridge, well done. We'll do one more set of forward, forward, back, back. And you don't have to be on your heels either if that's hurting. You can just have your whole foot down. And come down. And have a full body stretch. Really stretch those hip flexors. Just roll onto one side for me just for a moment. Just grab the heel if you can reach and push it back. And then you'll go to the other side just quickly. I don't know if you're feeling it or whether that's just me, but Brucey bonus is to have a bit of a quad stretch there. Okay, so ready to do the other side now. So your other leg. We're going to come up into an ab curl hold to start. Other leg this time, single leg lower. So just push and point and come back up. I think we did start with the head down last time, but it doesn't matter which way round. You can do some with your head up. Other leg now into a tabletop to make it harder. So stay still while the other leg comes up and down. Breathe out, coming down. In to come back up, as always, core switched on. I'm going to bring my head down now, do a few of these with my head down. It feels different. Lovely. Okay, so bring one knee right in towards the chest as the leg comes down. And then up, the other foot taps down. Lovely. Single leg lower and toe tap the other side. Go nice and slowly with the breath. You have to really think about this one because you want to do the same with both legs, so it's a bit of a grey matter teaser as well. Okay, a few of those with your head up. And bring the legs down one at a time, head down and stretch. Okay, just wiggle the legs around. I feel like I missed something out that side. I hope I didn't. This didn't seem as long, that side. Okay, let's go straight back to the other side. Okay, so the side you worked first of all. Bringing the leg into a tabletop and the arm on the same side, not the opposite. So let's all do left sides. We're all singing from the same hymn sheet, even if that's the leg you've just done. Let's just do it together. We're going to do a stretch, so coming to sort of 45-degree angle with the leg and the arm, and then bringing them back. So your leg is bent, and then stretch. So leg bent, stretch. Okay, to make it more difficult, the other leg is going to come into a tabletop, but it's not going to move. So again, just coming to 45 degrees. Okay, keep that back really flat into the mat. You can come lower if you can keep your back flat. I'm going to change slightly now by doing this with a straight leg if you're able to. So just straight leg up and down. Well done. And then on the next one, just hold that leg up straight. Hands behind the head into your ab curl position. You're going to come up and cross over towards the knee of that straight leg and back to a hover. So right shoulder up towards left knee. If anything's hurting, just change position. You could put a foot on the floor, you could have that leg in tabletop, you could have both legs down. You don't have to be like this. And to finish off, you're going to come up and you're going to cross to that knee and then to the other and hover. So across to each knee and back to hover. If you wanted to, your feet could be down. You really don't have to do that leg position if your legs are killing you. One more set. And down. Oh, lovely. Bring your feet tap down to the mat and open the knees to stretch your hips. Arms up and over the head. Deep breath. Circle the arms back and bring your knees back together. Okay, just lengthen the legs quickly. Flex and point your feet. And I think we'll do some more bridges before we do the right leg. Okay. This time for bridges, I'd like to do the hamstrings. So keep your feet forward so they're a little bit more forward than a normal starting position. And I like to be on my heels for these as well. So don't come up as high. I come to about here when I come up. So I'm kind of right at the bottom of my shoulder blades. So when you're ready then, just pushing through, squeeze the bottom to push the hips up and come down. Quick tap before coming straight back up. So feeling these a lot more in your hamstrings. Yeah, if you get cramp or you don't like these, just come back to a normal bridge position. They feel really different to a normal bridge. Or you can relax at the bottom if you're cramping up, but if you can, just keep going without relaxing. Okay, now we're going to come up, open the knees, bring them forward, tap down. So up, open, forward, tap. Keep going. Really think about squeezing the outside parts of your glutes and the top of your thighs as you squeeze the knees out. Then we'll bring the knees towards each other, release, down, tap, up, squeeze in, release, tap. Killers. Ugh. Okay, last set, stay at the top. Now squeeze your bottoms or squeeze the cheeks together for pulsing. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Oh, and stretch the legs. Well done. Moan, groan over here in this house. It's only the hips. Loving it. Okay, so other side when you're ready. Bring the knees to a bent position. Feet flat on the floor. Core switched on. And we started with the leg stretches. So right leg up, right arm, and coming to a 45 degree. Now let's think about what's going on with the tummy. So each time the arm and the leg come out, really focus on pushing the rib, the bottom rib down towards the hip bone, so that you're barely allowing your core to stretch, just keeping it tight towards, pointing downwards. Lovely. Bring the other leg into a tabletop to make it harder. You can bring the leg lower, the arm lower, but keeping rib hip connection. And try and stretch the arm. Don't just sort of lower it, stretch it just to feel it even more. Lovely. Now let's do it with a straight leg. So that leg's going to be straight, straight leg lower and arm coming back. I quite like when that leg comes up, almost lifting my bottom slightly, so I get a nice contraction in the very lowest part of my core. Okay, last one, leave that leg up, hands behind the head. So you're going to bring the left shoulder over towards the right knee and down to a hover. Or have your legs however you want them. So just the one crossover to start. Left shoulder, right knee. Take your time, breathe out, come up, breathe in, come down. Last one of the singles. And then we're going to do to the left, sorry, to the right knee, to the left knee, hover. So cross, cross, hover. Let's go for 2 more sets after the one you've just done. So last but 1 and last one. Whew. Head down, bring the legs down, well done. Great big stretch. You wiggle the toes, wiggle your fingers, and bring your arms back down and legs back in. One more version of the bridge, and I think we can all do this. It's where we lift a leg